7 minutes away from opening break. I'm looking out there, still see a few seats available. Feel free to grab yourself one of those. Also, just want to make a quick announcement. Please refrain from taking phone calls. And please no screaming. Hello, pool fans, and welcome back inside the historic Westgate here in Las Vegas. It is the site and the first stop of the 2026 Predator Pro Billiard Series. We have 8 stops around the world Predator does this year, and get this, ladies and gentlemen, they're awarding over $3.5 million in prize money. Our next stop will be St. Louis, Missouri, USA. The main event there will be the 8-Ball World Championships. And here's the deal. It is free for fans to attend. So we want to see you at one of the stops. All you got to do is log on to ProBilliardSeries.com. Again, ProBilliardSeries.com for all the details. Okay, so the Teams World Championship is set for 7 o'clock tonight, all right? 7 o'clock Pacific time tonight. It's Team Poland taking on the Philippines. You don't want to miss that. But right now, here we go. It is the Predator Juniors Las Vegas Open Championship. We started with a full field of juniors. That's 18 and under, and some incredible play. So get used to these names because they're our future, and you're going to see a lot more of them. It is time to crown the champion and see who's got what it takes to hold the title. So here we go. First up, she's a 2023 Women's Texas Open champion, the 2024 Women's Junior World Champion. She has won, get this, 10 sets and lost none so far during the tournament. She's 17 from Tampa, Florida. Make some noise for the Pink Dagger, Sophia Mast. And her opponent is a Hanoi Juniors Open champion. He's won 10 sets and lost just one during the entire tournament. He's 18 from Batam, Indonesia. Make some noise from Albert Januarda. We're lagging for the break. It's a race to 4, best of 3 sets, and sending it to the Predator press box.
Thank you, Derek Cox. Yes, one of the most dangerous young female players from the USA right now. Sophia Mast takes on a mature head on young shoulders from Indonesia, Albert Januarda. Referee for this final, Angela Williams from the USA. And myself, Gethin Davis, and Mark White bringing you the commentating. Well, Mark, this final couldn't be poised more perfectly.
No, Sophia losing near 0 zilch sets on her way to this final. Just the one for Albert, and I believe that was in the semi-final earlier on today, which I didn't see. I know you were commentating on it. It was a pretty tight one, I heard. So looking forward to a really tight one here. A lot of people are saying that Albert is the favourite and it's going to be a walkover. I don't think Sophia Mast has got that in her head. I think she's going to give him a good run for his money, and I think he's going to lose another set at least in this final.
Yeah, Mark, that match you alluded to was against another American, Hayden Ernst. And, well, he came out of the blocks, Hayden, firing on all cylinders, and really took it to Albert, and it did rattle him. And, well, he had to dig deep, Albert, to win 2-1 and make it through to the final. So it was a good test of his character. But as I alluded to, the Pink Dagger, well, she will have other ideas in this final, and she's won the lag and gets to break. Race to 4, best of 3 sets. Well, the 8 threatened to go in, but it hasn't. And Mark, that has not left a shape on the 1 ball. Maybe see an edge.
I don't think so. I think it's full cover. It's going to be a push out. He's jumping, actually, not pushing out. He's going with an aggressive safety here.
Ooh, the 1 ball has maybe tracked behind the 6. I think Sophia just took a quick look. She's reached for the jump stick, so she may have to jump over the edge here. And you mentioned Zilchio. Well, I did keep an eye on her semi-final, and she came back from 3-0 down in the opening set to take that first set and keep the zilch on the cards. She is a true battler.
Yes, Savannah Easton represented the USA, as did Sophia Mast. Savannah's side going out in the semi-finals. Unfortunately, no American representation in the teams finals. It will be Poland versus the Philippines. That's coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. Meanwhile, nice bank shot there from Albert.
Yeah, great opener, Mark. And good shape on this 2-ball. He's going to have to play a combination here if he wants to continue this run. And red 3 is going to fire off to the right, so he needs to play this quite carefully. Ooh, and that's a miscue. I think he's got away with that.
Yeah, there'll be early nerves as well for the youngster, although he's 18 years old. Played some big tournaments, won the Hanoi Open Junior event. Good safety there from Sophia. Yeah, so it's going to take him just a little while to settle down as well. This is a big deal.
Well, he came out of the blocks aggressive. If he's going to glance off this 3, there's a chance he could go in off the 8. He didn't make a call, so he's played thick into the 8. That may leave the combination here for Sophia. It's a tricky one. Yeah, she just called over to Angela Mark, calling the 8-ball in the corner pocket. Maybe that was just for insurance.
There's lots of pink going on. Lots of pink going on in that corner, isn't there? Even though her hair, the end of her hair is pink.
Yeah, you'll see when she takes her next shot, her hair does match the glove, which matches the cue, which matches the top, which also matches her nickname, the Pink Dagger.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot.
He had to play that with a lot of left-hand side to come back on itself. And just took the thinnest of edges of the 4, which wasn't touching the cushion mark, so legal shot. The 4 has just nudged the 9 out the way. And that will give Albert a good look at the 4. Deep draw.
Lots of cue power. When he's flying, it's a beautiful thing to watch. He really is such a nice player.
Yeah, I described him as a mature head on young shoulders. He played some wonderful developing shots for some of his runouts. If anyone does get a chance to watch back on Pro Billiard TV, he made some fantastic clearances, which, quite frankly, did not look on. And as you said, Mark, he does make it look easy and gets a good rhythm around the table, and that can be quite daunting a prospect for many an opponent. But as you alluded to, Sophia's played in both the teams event in the USA B team and also in the women's event and also this juniors. Well, she's faced it all. This will be nothing new to her.
Angela Williams is actually our head referee for this event and for the next one in St. Louis. But of course, the next Predator event is starting today, later on today in Antalya in Turkey. It will be the European Championships, followed by the Euro Tour. And I know we're going to be commentating on that as well. Gethin, it's busy times for Paul today. We just had 10 days here. We've got another 10 days to come, I think, in Turkey. So it's busy times.
Well, I was supposed to try and get a little bit of rest in between matches, but I was glued to the team's event with yourself and Tim. So it's going to be interesting for Antalya. And yet, as we watch Albert make the 10 off the break, it's not early 10, so that will get respotted. He'll get back to the table with a good look on this one. He has been playing aggressive and he's digging deep.
Fabulous. Cannot begin to explain how difficult that shot is that he's just played there. Digging down on the cue ball, the butt of the cue raised in the air. Any little bit of spin you put on the cue ball is going to be exaggerated and turned into a swerve. Great stuff this from the Indonesian, it really is. Could watch this boy all day.
Yeah, he played a good shot into the centre pocket to push this 4-ball down to the corner. And that's really opened this up. May not have come down far enough, but will draw in and back out off the long rail. And yeah, he does look good in amongst the balls, Mark. Very strong.
Well, that one was sensational. Perfect position here to get to the 9. Just leave himself an angle to get back down for the 10. And he's good to go for 2-0 in no time whatsoever. That's how quick you can lose a rack to Albert Wanuata. Just like that. Unbelievable. What a
Yeah,
talent.
full crowd, Mark. Well-deserved round of applause, and do not underestimate the difficulty of these Predator arc tables. I was having a listening to our colleagues Eric and Ben on a previous match, and they mentioned that the pocket sizes were 4 1/8 in the corners and 4 1/2 in the centre pocket, so very unforgiving tables, and these junior players making it look easy.
Well, there's a lovely man. I'm actually going to meet him in a couple of days' time. He's on his way to Thailand for the Pattaya Open after this. That's Hendra Carabao. Really, really lovely guy. Does a lot of good work for the pool community. Also played in the Indonesian team. Ball down again. He has got a look at the 2, but it doesn't go anywhere, I don't think. Well, it might go to the top right.
Yeah, making balls off the break in his semi. Both him and his compatriot were hitting 67% break success, and that's by no means an easy thing to do in this event. But
He's got to be a little bit careful here. That was a little bit of a big shot to take on that one. It barely went. It wasn't easy, and he can't take Sophia for granted because she will punish you.
Yeah, it's a good shout, Mark, and she played a really nice position with the cue ball here. Can draw back for the 4. And with good shape on the 6, Mark, she really could punish that mistake of Albert.
She's looking very pink. She'll be feeling in the pink if she can take this third rack and get back into this final. You never really settle, so they say, until you've got that rack on the board. Things looking good. Nice angle on this 6 to get away from the rail for the 7. Little travelling to get to the 8 and then back down for the 9. So next few shots are crucial.
I believe this young lady hails from Sarasota in Florida. I'm wondering how many home supporters will have come down. There's been quite a few other events going on here at the Westgate Resort and Casino. Maybe there's a few teams in the team event from her way. It'll be interesting to see how the crowd get as this match develops.
Yeah, she actually plays in the league still as well, and she was in one of the tournaments, but she couldn't play in it because there was a clash with one of her other matches, so she had to pull out of the league tournament. I would think to the delight of all the others in the tournament, because she was champion last year. She was looking to do the double, but unfortunately she had to pull out. So tricky little 9, this needs a lot of attention. It's easy missable. But not when you hit it like that.
Great look at the focus as well on her face. Knew the importance of that 9 mark. And this to get the score back to a healthier looking 2-1, except not in her favour. This is the opening set. Races to 4 and win a break, so we'll get to have a look at Sophia's break here.
Yeah, Sophia beating Skylar Hess in her first round. And then Torrent from Canada in the second. Jace McCarney, Shane Petrick and Dustin Pipestem on her way to this final.
And let's not ignore, because of the other events that she's been playing through the 10 days of many events, she has been dancing between tables. Quite a few of them on our stream tables. We've had 3 of them underway with the thick of the events. Obviously we're now down to the final 2 from 32 players. Sophia Mas to break. She trails 2 racks to 1. There might be a little bit of a gap through there, Mark. Now, I'm not sure if there's enough of a gap to see the potting angle, but there's a lot of traffic for Albert to aim for. Hello. Called and made a second bank. Tricky 2, but looking to put it in the same pocket as we take a look at this replay. Played it with a bit of insurance, hoping the 9 ball would cover, but that went clean, Mark. Bit of cue swing in, not happy with that. Well, we saw Sophia punish the Indonesian's last mistake. Does she have the opportunity to do it at this visit, Mark, again?
I don't think there's anything in her way, to be honest. This is probably the hardest shot she's got to play, the 4 to the 5. And she does have a nice half ball angle on this. Just needs to get just off straight from the 5.
She thumped that in to make sure the cue ball came out as far as she could get it to. It's half center table. This is looking good. She can get slightly flat on this 6 ball. She can then come down towards the 8 with the cue ball, maybe looking to put the 7 in the bottom right, because at the moment that 7 doesn't have a path to the bottom left. She's done that delightfully, Mark.
He had a little bit too much angle on the 5, had to go across twice, played it to perfection. I think she's going to have to drop this in. Oh, look, she's got a little bit of pink in her hair as well, look.
Is that bias, Mark?
I don't know.
Well, she's okay here. She's just high on the 7. Screw back into the long rail. This is world-class stuff from the young American, especially the way her opponent came out the blocks. Confidently played. Confidently played.
He's just going to have to rein it in slightly. I think the shots that he attempts, can't take silly risks. It's okay being attacking, but sometimes you just got to rein it in a little bit. You can pot them all sometimes, but not if your opponent's potting them all. A great return there from Sophia. 2-2.
She's played perfect pool in them 2 racks as well, Mark. Perfect pool. And that really is a shot across the bow. Not too sure if Yanuata is used to this. And, well, he did have to dig deep in his semi-final. But first things, as you said, Mark, you've got to limit them mistakes, because Sophia Mast is looking like she is going to jump on every single one of them. 2-2. Breaking from the side, just misses the 1 in the center pocket, but that 6 went careering into the top left. Yeah, took a nudge off the 4, and that will bring Sophia back to the table. The 1 has a path to the right corner. The 2 not so inviting.
Seen this a lot from Sophia over the last week or so, where she's turned down certain pots in favour of safety, trying to keep things tight, and that's not a bad strategy against Albert. But that's a good shot in return as well from the Indonesian.
Yeah, good exchange of safeties. Path around the 10. Doesn't want to hit this 1 full. She did, and that's collided with the 5. Pushing the 5 safe against the 8, but this 1 is certainly on for Alba, and he's already having a look at if there's a way to develop it.
Yeah, could do it off the 4.
Yeah, I do like the idea of him attempting it off the 4. He may feel there's some value in doing it now, but the chances of him running behind the 5 is quite high. But there is a shot with some with some draw to get towards that top left corner. No.
Well, he's got to play the bank here to move the 8 and the 5. This is aggressive. If it goes wrong, they're all there for Sophia again. Oh, terrific shot.
Yeah, when it works, Mark, it works. And on this occasion, no unforced errors so far. And a great shot to open up that 5, which looked like trouble. He's navigated himself very well here, Mark.
Will be Albert on the hill first in this opening set.
Yeah, and Mast just one rack behind. However, Alba will have the break. Has been making balls off the break on the last couple of occasions. Has had a shot on the 1 ball as well, Mark. So he'll be looking to come in strong in this 6th rack. But as we've seen so far, if there is a mistake, could go hill-hill.
Well, if Alba does go on to win this set, it will only be the first set that Sophia Mast has dropped in the whole of the tournament. And that's pretty good going. It's pretty strong stuff from the young lady from Florida. So not breaking right from the side, moving the cue ball in just slightly, should get a better opening of the balls. Nothing down once again though, nothing for Sophia either, just safety.
The 5 was tracking, Mark. It threatened to drop in the centre pocket. And as you said, not much more than an edge. Would be ideal if she can just hit it full in the face, or even just a glance to the right side of this 1 ball. She could.
I think there's a gap though. No, there isn't. So it's the jump cue out once again. Albert going flying.
He has a good chance of going safe with the cue ball. He didn't want to bump the 4. If he hadn't, he would have put Mast in a bit of trouble, but as it is now, well, Sophia's got a good look at this. I'm not too sure she'll take this on, but she has good options for safe. He just play it up and down the table and trickle behind the 6-7. Well, she's played it thin and has avoided the 3.
I think Albert will be taking on the combo here, the 1-8.
seems to be contemplating it, Mark. Both hands on the table. And there you have it. That's the call. Good shout, Mark.
Second prize.
Yeah, there's value in going for this. If she does hit it on the potting angle, there's always a good chance of the cue ball coming between the 7 and the 6, or rather above it. Oh, wasn't far away and did come above the 6, but leaked an edge. She could be in trouble here. Albert has a good shot of putting the cue ball behind the 8, rather the 1 ball behind the 8, and throwing the cue ball round towards the 10. Well, that's a jump shot for Sophia. She's brought both cues, but I've got a feeling it's just the jump needed.
What's this 3 doing? Yeah, it's in the open. This is a good chance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. The only problem, could play the combo. 7, 8. Attempted the 1, 8 earlier on, missed it.
Yeah, I think
that nicely in and out the corner.
Unless he feels or fancies running off the 5 into the 7, 8 to develop it. I think you're right, Mark. That 7, 8 combination is going to be a key shot.
Could draw into it here, maybe. Hasn't got the angle. Now he may have. No, didn't. So it's just the combo. Not easy at all, this. This is very, very missable.
Very, very missable, Mark. And he's left, well, a trickier combination. But there's not as much distance between the balls. Sophia's going to have to be careful what happens with the cue ball here, but I fully fancy her taking this on as well. Oh, that's not a bad result. Long rail, long rail.
Doesn't want to be on the rail. She's not. So another shot, a bit like the one she had in rack number 2. It's a longish 9 ball. Can draw back to play the 10 into the same pocket. Have to keep your head very still on these. Terrific shot. This is no walkover for Alba Wananata. Good stuff here from Sophia Mast.
She doesn't need asking twice, Mark. Wow. She has punished 3 mistakes from Albert and finds herself on the hill, and this has been world-class stuff by these 2 players. I'm thoroughly enjoying this and fully deserves to go hill, as you mentioned. with the Zilcho. Sophia came back from a 3-0 deficit in her first set with Dustin Pipeston in her semi-final. Is she going to do it again here and turn it around? I don't know.
Well, I can tell you two very, very proud people sat in the audience right there. The lady in the front in the white and black and the guy to her left. Oh, we've switched away to the champion trophy look. If we do get that camera angle back, that's not Sophia Mast's grandparents. They're just a little bit older than those baby tigers there. There they are, right in the background. That's Sophia Mast's nan and granddad. I had the pleasure of meeting them in Austria back in 2023.
Beautiful. And they have the best seats in the house, it has to be said. Now, while they look on at their granddaughter, doesn't look like there's been a ball made on the break. However, it doesn't look like there's a shot on the one either. So Albert playing the push, and now Master's going to come and have a look. And it's up to her if she wants to take this on or give it back to Albert. Now, maybe Albert had something in the back of his mind. We're not going to find out.
She's going to call the 3 ball, I think, in the corner. She's playing the carom here. More of a just-in-case call for security. And now this 1 ball has leaked out. Hard to avoid the 7 ball, so there's a bit of work to do with the cue ball here. Maybe try and run through the 7. Oh, wasn't even interested. Look at this for a shot. Terrific shot.
Yeah,
from Albert.
Turn down the pot mark, and well, definitely the right call. Look at that cue ball locked against the 10. Not many options here for Sophia.
I think he's realising he's going to have to play some safety. She's trying to tie the 7 and the 8 up with each other, which she's done. Now, might Albert stop the cue ball behind the 2 here, go for the 2nd foul?
Well, I know you do like your stats in the last match. Both him and Hayden had one another in the 3 foul situation with success. So he certainly knows how to do that.
Yeah, not the best of shots there. That cue ball should have been tight in behind that 2 ball. Okay, it's got the hook, but it hasn't cut off any rails at all. That's the main problem with this. The side rail over past the 9 is available. That's why it's so important to get the cue ball glued up behind the intervening ball. But she doesn't like this. Have to play with a lot of left-hand swerve.
Oh, played it well. Unfortunate with the result. But that 7 might come in the way again, Mark.
Well, I'm just wondering, would he risk moving it here? He's got the angle to do so. If he could just shave off it, it would be nice. There's Aloysius Schaap next to his young lady, I believe.
Nice. Very nice.
Silviana Liu from Indonesia. Watching her fellow countrymen.
He's locked Sophia up again, and that nigh on touching the 4. That makes this a bit trickier.
Yeah, that's a better one. She's going to have to go 2 rails here, I think. Off the end rail and then the side rail. Oh, this is very tight. Yeah, I couldn't see her going that way, to be honest. So it's another mistake. Everything in the open now. So a chance for Albert. He's made that, created the opportunity. Now he needs to take full advantage of it and finish off this opening set.
Yeah, he has worked hard. He's played 2 crucial safety shots, putting Mast in real trouble. More importantly, not giving her the opportunity to get her teeth into this deciding rack. And looks right now to be paying him dividends. Maybe 5 to the 6, but it will all pan out from good position off this 4.
Yeah, it all hinges on where he gets the cue ball to. Off this 4 ball into the side pocket, never easy, especially with pace. Oh, he's played that very, very well indeed.
Yeah, to hold that cue ball high on the 5 mark, delightful.
Now can draw stun up for the 7 into the same pocket. Or just drop this in and play short side on the 7, which he's decided to do.
Yeah, she's really battled hard in this opening set. Fully deserved to be on the hill with her opponent. And has that cue ball checked up enough to maybe give her a little glimmer of hope? She will get back to the table, Mark. She will get back to the table. Well, does she see enough of this 9 ball? If she does, we may see a full-blooded attempt on it in the top right pocket. It wasn't as full-blooded as I anticipated, Mark, but she made the pot. That was her focus. And now, thin cut on the 10 to steal this hill, you have to say.
Overdone it. Oh dear, played it with a lot of spin. I think she was worried about a scratch maybe. She ended up catching it thin, but she's got away with it. That's why she's smiling. Oh, this is horrible.
What drama. What drama, Mark.
Yeah, just the opening set, and it's already... He's going for this with lots of left-hand spin, is he? He certainly is. Well, that was crazy. Crazy adventurous. Well, it's ended up as a leave. Sophia won't get many better 10 balls than this to win a set. Safely down. First set to the American. The gloves are off. They're off for a break. So Gethin, Davis and myself will be off for a break as well. We'll return as soon as Sophia does. We'll leave you with some stats to look at. Be back soon, guys.
Well, a very warm welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this PBS Las Vegas Junior Open final. We are beginning the second set. Sophia Mast taking the opening set in a hill. Well, what an ending. My name's Gethin Davis. Joining me back in the box, Mark White. Well, Mark, the drama is unfolding.
Yeah, Sophia still yet to lose a set, and she showed in that first set how she's done that, because when she's had the chances, she's taken them. It's as simple as that. And I think Albert is just taking a few too many chances at the moment. I mean, you can forgive him the 10 ball, because what else could he do with it, really? He had to have a go at it, but it was very, very difficult. Sophia got away with it. Push out called.
Just running the 4 into the cluster. Albert's going to come round and have a look at this. And yes, Mark, definitely you've nailed it there. Albert made 6 missed shots, and 4 of them Sophia turned into points on the board. And Sophia herself only made 1 missed shot in that opening set. Great stuff. And Albert took that on and has left full ball cover from the 9. So she just picked up her jump stick, Mark. That's going to come down all the way and leave up for the corner pocket. Now that 3-10 combination will probably be the order of the day, and as you look at the top of the table, 5-7, well, that's a different cookie altogether.
He's going to hit the 4. Yeah, now can play possible carom, I'm not sure. 10 ball, of course, coming back out. Referee Angela Williams replacing it. Yeah, couldn't do anything about the position, had to hit the 3 ball so fine.
Oh, he just drew into that cue ball enough, and it changed shape on its way up towards the short rail. And again, showing a lot of respect to his opponent, quite rightly so. Put her in trouble. Just see from that replay. Very tight call for the referee.
Yeah, I think it was okay.
Does have a chance to go for this and develop the 5. Oh, that's what he tried to do, Mark. And he did develop the 5. But he didn't pop the 3, and well, as we alluded to with the first set, it was a set of Sophia jumping on Albert's mistakes. There's one of them.
Well, only the cross-side bank is on here, if she's interested in it. Looks like she's going all in safety. Well, she's gone for it. Wow. I much preferred the cross-side bank, to be honest. I thought it was easier.
It was a big shot to take on, Mark, and now Albert's faced with needing to get the cue ball up to the top right of the table. He's done that very effectively. And now that 5's out the way, the 7 and the 8 have dressed up very nicely.
Yeah, I think that's a good indication that Albert's confidence is not knocked at all. He still feels confident. It was a very confident 5-ball that he played. It's just the way he plays. It's going to be the odd mistake in his game here and there. He plays how he plays, and that's it.
Yeah, it seems to work for him very well. But there will come the occasions when it will unstick. We did see glimpses of that in the opening set, and if he can iron them out, we certainly know what this young lad is capable of. He does take the opening rack in the second set. He needs to win this second set to take it to the third and deciding one. Can Sophia Mas have something to say about this? Well, we won't find out yet, as Januata will get the break in this winner breaks format.
Yeah, Bear started with 2-0 win over Tanvi Valam, the young girl from India. Then Meadow Johns fell by the same score. Savannah Easton went by the wayside, and then Robert Alter, and then in the semi-final this morning, Hayden Ernst, who is the only guy to have taken a set off him before this final, of course. He's now lost 2 sets, one of them just now to Sophia Mast.
He's not made a ball, and well, we've just seen Mast take on a similar shot, this time not so heavy with the cut.
Yeah, she takes this on for sure. Guaranteed position on the 2. She's a little bit thick on it again though. A little bit quick as well, I thought. Maybe just take an extra couple of seconds.
Yeah, she doesn't want to take her foot off the throttle. It's been working so well so far. Needs to keep her composure with it, because Albert can pick off balls before you know it.
Willy-nilly.
I haven't heard that for a while. But that is the right expression, and if he can pull the cue ball over and not get the 9 in the way, he could be very well off to the races in this second set, Mark.
Yeah, early days yet. Just kind of still expecting a mistake from him. But it's doubtful from here. He's going to have to draw this to play around the other side. I know he can just hold it. Stole a bit of angle. Normal service is resumed. I bet he never misses in practice.
Yeah, I have to say, most of these junior players that I've had the privilege of watching, they've all made it look easy, but this is the final, and it's such a fantastic stage set up for them here at the Westgate Resort and Casino. Opened back in the 60s, Mark, and when it was the largest hotel in the world when it opened. There's something for you.
Well, there's a lot of people in the chat saying that that was a foul in the last rack.
Bit of drama.
And I've just had a message as well from a friend of mine in Florida, who's not biased at all, I'm sure, who says it was a dead cert foul. Referee Angela Williams didn't think it was. I didn't think it was, to be honest, when I first saw it. but then don't go by my eyes.
I'm sure we will see a little short video on the Pro Billiard TV or the Predator PBS social media page. They'll put that one to bed. I did think it looked a little bit close, but let's get back to our match. That's behind us now. Albert making balls off the break, but not getting shape on the one. Confident bank shot. Runs into the 5 for shape on the 2. I have to say though, Mark, I do like a bit of drama on and off the table. And the comment section does have the opportunity and chances now and again to come alive. I was unsure if that passed the 10. It does. And in amongst the balls again, Mark, he's picking them off.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to use 3 rails here, though. Can't hold, or can he? Is he going into the 10? Oh, he could just miss the 10 ball. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that angle. He was coming in on the 5. That's why I thought he might draw around. Still work to do.
Could load up with a lot of right-hand side and come across long rail. This makes this shot really tricky.
That'll do nicely.
Probably have to come back down off the other short rail here, Mark. Wants to be careful that it doesn't track towards the 8. Oh, that will work very nicely for our young Indonesian.
He's zipping through this set, isn't he?
Yeah, his tempo and his performance have shifted up another gear, Mark. Well spotted. And the man from Bintan in the Riau Archipelago Islands over in Indonesia, not too far from Singapore, but Indonesia, born and bred, has, well, taken the grip of both horns in this second set and gets to the hill. And if Sophia wants to keep that zilch banner, she's really going to need to dig deep. And it's going to have to come from an opportunity from her opponent in this 4th rack. Bit more pink, Mark. Really nice inlay in the cue. Oh, and that 1 was tracking to the center pocket, didn't drop, and the 7 neither. That could be the difference.
Pink is actually my favourite colour. I don't know whether you knew that, but it is. Love a bit of pink.
Well, my mother used to tell me back in the Victorian days, pink was the boys' colour.
Takes a man to wear pink, I can tell you. A real man.
I've only ever been that brave at weddings.
I have you down as a flamboyant and colourful chap.
Well, talking of flamboyance, Sophia's played a good safety here. It's forced Albert to go airborne. Whoa, Mark White, what a shot.
Yeah, I wish Mark White could play a shot like that. Terrific. I was saying yesterday my jump cue doesn't work for some reason. The same one as Jason Shaw, but it just won't do the same as it does when Jason's got it in his hands.
Maybe the batteries just need changing, Mark. Oh, he's gone for a bank with insurance. And is there a gap through there for an edge. Nope, there isn't. She's going to come 2 rails behind with the hope of a kick and stick, and she's called the right centre pocket for insurance. Got the stick, got the kick. And I think, Mark, Sophia will certainly have shape for the pot, but where that cue ball has landed against the short rail, cueing is going to be difficult. Just take another look at the buzzing crowd here, and I'm not sure. Well, she played it in the fashion to get shape on the 4, didn't make it. You think he'll take this long 3 on? Ooh, it looked like pocket speed, Mark, but it didn't drop. The 4 has covered it though.
Very deep in the pocket as well. It's difficult to go rail first at it. Coming off this bottom rail, I mean. She might have to kick it from the top rail as we see. Well, just going to tie a ball up.
Wow. Well, that is very mature play, recognising that a mistake there could have let Albert in.
Oh, he's overhit that by some distance, hasn't he? He wanted an angle going towards the 5. Now this is intelligent. Unless he goes in off. Oh dear. Cue ball straight in the drink. And he's opened everything up here. So it's a chance for Sophia to defend her 100% record of not losing a set.
Oh, Mark, you were absolutely right. That was a very intelligent shot he played there. If only the cue ball hadn't scratched. Now he may find himself in a lot of trouble. Oh, not as much as he could have been. There's a bit of a gap now between the cue ball and the 8. That increases options for Yanuata. That's worked out very nicely, Mark. There is no edge leaking there. Just wondering if the 8 is hampering the 1 rail escape off the right-hand long rail. I think it is. Made the pot.
That.
Was a great camera angle, but as you see from another great camera angle, not a good shape on the 5. We'll look to put Albert in trouble here. Oh, the double kiss will not help.
Albert making very hard work of this second set. Thought he had the first one won.
Yeah, and Sophia at the table, she will not have forgotten that opening set, and will feel that as long as she keeps getting back to the table, she will have a chance. That one's not worked out exactly how she wanted, but it's not a sellout. Well, not immediately looking like a sellout. From the last few shots, you would expect Albert to look to lock that cue ball up behind the 7 or the 6.
Just not quite there, is he, at the moment?
No, it's as if when the rhythm and flow is in play, he is formidable. But as soon as the steam is being built up, he's not able to get his flow. Just changes the dynamics of the match a little. And that could work out very nicely for Sophia Mast there. Well-deserved round of applause.
He's called the side. Wow, close, but he's left it.
Yeah, she could come into this pot with left-hand side just to check it back and hold for the 6, which he's done to great effect. And doesn't need to do too much to get shape on this 7. This is really opening up nicely for the American here.
Eight ball does pass to the left-hand side pocket.
Yeah, confident. Was stretching. Always the propensity just to not be able to follow through. Now we'll need to go in and out of the short rail.
A little bit funny. It's the old Elton John shot, that is. It's a little bit funny.
Another hidden talent there, Mark.
Love a bit of Elton John.
Ooh.
Oh, dear, oh dear.
How do you fancy this 10 ball to get your teeth back into this second set?
I actually don't. I mean, is she going to bank it? Yeah, she's got to go for the bank. Play it with enough pace for it to come away from the pocket if it doesn't go down.
Ooh.
Oh, she's half got away with it. Bank is on though for Albert into the side. He's got to make it. Oh, when he does, he slams it into the side pocket. Referee Angela Williams asking if they want a break, a little break. Both of them have said no. Angela trying to convince them, perhaps she wants to break.
Well, as we get a good look at the stats here, Mark, well, is there any stories to be told in there? This first set was really a story of Sophia taking advantage of most of Albert's mistakes. This set, Well, Albert's made no fouls.
His overall performance is actually much better in both sets than Sophia Mass's.
Yeah. Well, sometimes the stats reflect the match, and sometimes they don't. But what we do have here now, Mark, is a very, very nice ending to this wonderful Predator Las Vegas Junior Open, and it's going to go to a final set.
One ball in the open.
Yeah, the 2 looks like it passes the 3. Needs to be careful just to get. Yeah, just needs to be careful. He keeps the cue ball away from the 9. From the 8, sorry, Mark. He's done that well. He's looking to come in with the same gusto as he showed in them opening 3 racks of the second set, Mark. He feels that's his strategy that's getting the most success. But that has been the strategy that has leaked the odd mistake here and there, Mark.
He's right in line here. Just a little draw shot, get closer to the 7 ball. Now can just draw past the 8 ball, or just go through and leave it long.
Yeah, player preference. Doesn't now need to do too much gentle draw.
Just the way he plays the game is so entertaining.
It is very entertaining, and well, he now has taken the first rack in this deciding set, race to 4, and he must be feeling the nerves now. As you look from the stats, Mark, he's not been doing too badly with the break.
Yeah, it's worth pointing out at this juncture that if we get to 3-3 in this deciding set, there will be a shootout, guys. So unless somebody gets to 4 before 3-3, we will have a shootout. There's Hendra, hard at work. He will be travelling to Pattaya for a tournament tomorrow.
Well, the 10 dropped for Albert there. It will get respotted, and he does have a shot on the 1, but where that 10's been respotted, it has hampered positioning for the 2, so may not take this on. Sounds like he has.
Yeah, it does go. If he can find the gap between, if he can draw into the corner and wrap it out in between the 3 and the 8, there's a gap there to run through to play it to the top left as we look. The bottom left as we look now. No, he's just playing safe. I'm sure if he could reach it, he would be going for this, but not with the bridge. Hoping for cover. He hasn't got it, but he's cut off the potting angle. There's a safety on here for Savannah. May even have the full ball, you know.
Yeah, Masters having a good look at it.
I once asked Savannah in an interview what she'd like to do in later life. She said when she's had enough of pool, she wants to open up a bakery. But of course she would like a table in there as well, a pool table. And we decided on the name Bake and Break.
That is a good one.
Young lady that knows what she wants in life. Very, very humble young lady, very sweet.
And formidable on the table, Mark.
Oh dear. Jump cue will be collected from the corner.
Oh, there's not much room between the cue ball and 8 to jump over. He's going to really need to elevate here. This will be some shot.
Oh, terrific. And he's on the 4 ball.
He does look like he's retained that gear he moved into in the second set. A bit of a scratch on the head from Albo there. The 6 ball does not have a clear path to either corner pocket at the bottom of the table, which means he needs to put a bit of a shot on this 5. And these centre pockets, they cut 4.5 inch, and they do tend to spit out anything that isn't very accurately potted. Yeah, he was put in a position where he needed to do that to get shape on the 6 mark.
Yeah, but I didn't like that. I think he's still overhit it. I mean, he's caromed, he's smashed into the 8 ball. Didn't really have the line either. I didn't like that shot, the way he played it. I thought he played it way too hard, to be honest.
Sophia's played that wonderfully to find the gap. Doesn't need to do much with the cue ball here. She can just draw back to the long rail. Can then follow through on the 8. Doesn't want to leave the cue ball near the rail for this 9.
Always dangerous to make predictions before matches start of who you think is going to win. You just never know with Paul. There's these little twists and turns, little nudges here and there, you know, little flicks off balls that change the whole story of the match. And there's absolutely no reason whatsoever why Sophia cannot win this match now. There really isn't.
Completely agree. Completely agree. She's just left herself low on this 9 though. Needs to make sure. Won't really mind what she's left on the 10. Centre pocket mark. Fantastic response in this second rack. Tucks it away and keeps this 4th set very much alive. 1 apiece. You've mentioned the S word, Mark, shootout. It might not be the best way to finish a final, but let me tell you what, I will be, well, I don't even know how much more on the edge of the seat I can be, but they have provided some great entertainment over the past 10 days, Mark.
Yeah, it's been wonderful, hasn't it? We've crowned many champions already, the Las Vegas Men's and Women's Open champions, the Scotch doubles, turbo, mixed doubles. The teams we're going to crown later on today. It's the end of another tournament. But it's okay, because there's another one starting later on today.
I know, Mark, I probably should be getting my rest before Antalya, Turkey, but I can tell you something, I am going to be tuning in for that Philippines versus Poland match. What a team's event.
You can't get enough of it, can you?
One ball, corner pocket.
Deliberately overcutting it.
Yeah. He confused us with the call for the corner pocket. Expect Sophia to get out of this. She's called the top right corner. If she catches this just right, even if she doesn't pot it, she's got a good chance of leaving Alba in trouble. She's made a similar shot today, but not on this occasion.
There's a gaping hole between the 5 and the 7 and the 6 and the 3. That's what he's looking at now. Just has to drop this in the side. Nothing too fancy into those side pockets. You know what they're like.
Yeah, he's just held up, but I'm wondering if he's got the angle to get to the 3 here. I think he's come across just a bit further than he hoped.
I think he can still play for position onto it into the side. Doesn't like it though. He's going to have to go high ball if he's playing that shot, but the trouble is the 9. Oh, he managed it. Well played, Albert. Great shot.
Yeah, got himself out of trouble there. May not want to do too much with the cue ball here. Could just float through with a little bounce off the long rail for the 4 into the top right as we look at the screen. But he's gone. He's got other plans, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, if you're accurate, they go, you know. It's not like you can't make a ball in the sides. It's just that people aren't always accurate enough, especially at pace. But that was, he absolutely smashed that in and finished nicely on the 4. So good stuff here from Albert Wanuata.
Yeah, he needed to be a bit straighter on this 5 to float through for the 6 in the 9 corner. So now needs to bring it down. Has the choice of 2 pockets here. Feel the corner pocket would be the preferred route. What do I know, Mark?
Afraid of no pocket. Yeah.
Yeah, just needs to drop through a ball or 2. And yeah, Sophia Mast needs to really get her teeth stuck in now to not let this young man from Indonesia maintain this gear, because he is a formidable player when he is in this mood.
Hasn't been able to do anything about it in this rack, and he will be breaking to get on the hill. Starting to get to the end of this match now, either way. Who do you fancy in a shootout though, if that comes, Gethin?
Well, that is a very good question. Going on performance, it's a difficult one. I know Albert's made some cracking length of the table shots, but Sophia has made some crucial, especially some of the straight long shots she's made. I think she's really here for the occasion, and well, it's going to be up to Albert not to give her a look in. He leads 2-1 in this final deciding set.
Yeah, no look at the one. I think she may play a kick and stick here, though. Not easy to push. Played it well, but there's a gap through, I think. Now, remember, in one of the earlier racks, he played a beauty on a one ball. Not this time.
Ooh. That's a wobble in the scheme of things. How is the leave for Sophia? Well, she may elect to take this on, because if she can get the cue ball at the other end of the table, she will get shape on this too. Oh, halfway though. 50-yard line stuff, Mark.
I still think she goes for this. Cue ball probably going into the 3. No, didn't play it. She's keeping it tight.
Looks like full ball cover as well, Mark. We'll be looking to go 2L escape, hoping again for a kick and stick around the 9. Judged well. Thinnest of edges here could be very fruitful for Sophia. Oh, that may have left a window, Mark.
Yeah, just a little bit. I don't want to use the word careless, but just didn't pay quite enough attention to that, to the cue ball. It was imperative that she got the cue ball safe there. And that wasn't perfect either. So a little bit of pressure now coming, as you would expect. The pressure's building. Oh dear. Ball in hand, no rail. For those of you watching that may not be familiar with the rules of rotation, after striking the lowest ball on, a ball must hit a rail or go in a pocket. There was no rail, so ball in hand for Albert. Oh, come on.
Wow.
That's just, I'm sorry, but that is just total carelessness. To miss ball in hand, you just, inexcusable. I know he's only a junior. He's 18 years old, but he's got to learn. You cannot make mistakes like that. If he goes on to lose this rack now, that will stick in his mind for a long time. That was just, well, just careless. Let's leave it at that.
He was just scratching his head in the hope that he would scratch it out of his mind. Oh, and that might not help that scratch. He's missed the 2 mark, ball in hand. And you mentioned the nerves. Are they just twitching? we saw in the first set, Mark. Sophia pounce on mistakes just like this. That 6 ball is in a little tricky position. Just needs to be taking a little bit of extra care with that one. But nevertheless, oh, a good chance for Sophia, though. She flirts with the center pocket there.
Cue ball not gripping the rail. If she's to carry on this clearance, she's going to have to bank the 5 into the bottom left-hand corner. I think she'll just go safe. Leave the 5 on this rail.
Yeah, did it. Got the result. Angela Williams just having a quick check to see if that 5 is locked against the cushion.
Ooh, got away with that one. He's just wobbling a little bit at the moment.
Can sometimes be difficult to get over that finish line. This is a big occasion, Mark, for both players. Well, this is a shot for Albert.
Sophia, World Junior Champion 2024, was crowned champion in New Zealand. She beat Sophia Mast in that final.
Oh, needs the bounce, but what an amount of draw he generated there. This is the key shot, Mark. These are very, very tricky.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that play either. That was a very, very low percentage shot, especially with the cue ball close to the rail. He's just going through a little bit of agony at the moment, isn't he? Very emotive in his chair.
Yeah, and you have to imagine that them sort of movements are not going unnoticed from his opponent, Sophia. And if she can pip this one and bring it back to 2 apiece, it's really going to ask questions of him and his nerves. It might start asking a few questions of her own. But so far, she has looked as cool as a cucumber, Mark.
Yeah, if she can complete this run out, which I'm pretty sure she will now, she'll have a chance. She'll be breaking to get on the hill, and also the guarantee of a shootout. Come on, somebody shouts out. She is. She's coming on nicely, thank you. Developing very well as an all-round player.
Oh, Mark.
Light. Well, 2-2. And Albert in his chair, just playing with his glove, trying to take his mind off of that 6 ball maybe. Sophia sat there stone-faced, like one of those statues you see out on the streets. You walk past and all of a sudden they scare you.
Well, she may very well come out of her chair now to scare us all, including the young man from Indonesia. This is top stuff, and what a thrilling third set for this final. You couldn't write it any better.
Absolutely loving this. Two juniors playing at the top of their game for the world to see. This is a great advert for the future of Paul, it really is.
Just look at the replay of that break. That cue ball has stiffened up beautifully, but just sadly, nothing dropping for Sophia on this occasion. And with the extension on his cue, Albert's got on this 2, but not on the right side of it, you have to feel, because that 3 is quite a way away.
We'll be playing this with a lot of top spin and right hand side on the cue ball. Oh, he's drawing all the way round instead. He does love a draw, doesn't he? Caught the 6 ball. It's not done him any good. I think he's hooked on the 3.
God, he generates some power and some spin on that cue ball. But this time, it just gave up and is hiding behind the 9. Oh, he called that 6 as well, Mark.
3-6 combo is on for Sophia Mast. What a little fighter she is, isn't she? Oh, she hit it, but didn't hit it quite thick enough. Hard to believe that you could actually hit that and not make it. But the jump stick is going to have to come out again, I think, for Albert.
More drama, Mark. Much more drama.
Oh. Well, now how about the bank onto the 6? How about just making the 3 ball, getting up for the 4?
Was your heart in your mouth then, Mark?
I thought she'd missed it. Don't forget, if she can clear up here, she's guaranteed minimum of a shootout.
Well, shape on this 6 is going to be imperative, Mark, because it's quite deep in the jaws of that corner pocket. So she'd ideally like to let the cue ball do the work to come back around for the 7 into the corner pocket. Some players have been
beautiful. He's played some beautiful Paul Wanuata, he really has. It's just the odd little mistake here and there he's made. But take nothing away from young Sophia Mast. She really has punished him for those mistakes. It's okay being left the opportunities, but you still have to take them. And she's done that with monotonous regularity in this final. Nicely on the 7 ball here. May just stop the cue ball. Hold for the 9. Just a little drawback. And now full focus on this 9 ball. Keep your head down. Keep that pink ponytail still. She really is a sharp shooter. What a sharp shooter. Unbelievable performance from Sophia.
Extension.
I think if she carries on playing like this, she's going to have to rename that baker's shop. Break and bun. Brilliant from Mas. The cheers from the crowd. She's just one rack away from being crowned champion of the Junior Las Vegas Open for 2026. It's been an interesting final. Everyone had Albert down as the clear favourite. But right, Sophia Mastoff, at your peril, because she's here to win it.
Well, there's been a little bit of everything in.
Well, just look at balls pocketed. Look, that tells a story, doesn't it? 55 balls pocketed for Sophia Mast, 108 balls potted for Albert Januata, mainly because, of course, that second set 4-0 win. But it still shows you.
Wow.
It's not all about the balls you pot, it's about which balls you pot. You can pot all the 9s you want in the world. If you don't take the 10, those 9 mean nothing. So breaking for the match, the pink dagger, looking to strike a final blow into the heart of Albert Januata.
Nothing down, Mark. Albert will come to the table.
Yeah, let's not write him off just yet. He could so easily win this, come back and win the shootout. So it's not over until that final 10 ball goes. Can play off the left-hand side of the 2 as we look. Not sure about that one. It's very difficult at that pace as well. Just the safety here. Hold behind the 7.
Yeah, I liked your call of going up to the 7. This is jumpable, although the one
Yeah,
rail-
and you know, if the 5 goes, if that's a combo, then it could be all over. Look, if she makes a combo here, well, she's made the 1 instead. Oh, but what's she done with the 3? Look, that's made it very awkward now.
Yeah, she would have been calling the 5 there, Mark, but made the 1. Where's that 2?
I think. Well, perfect position on the 3. Look, the only ball on the table that's tied up. Yeah, he sees the funny side of it as well. Unbelievable. But I'm sure if he does go on to lose this match, he'll have learned a lot. Because I think he's just pushes the boat out a little bit too often. Yes, he's a great potter, great talent, but you can never pot them all. Not sure what she played there.
Well, I think she expected the 3 to stay at the bottom of the table, and she needed to avoid the 5. Didn't do that, Mark.
Well, I think a shootout is a fair ending now to this match, because they've been at it.
Oh, catches
Another twist.
I'm not sure my nerves could take a shootout, Mark.
Well, move back onto your seat because I think you're going to have to. Just okay to run this through, I think. Yeah, nicely done. 3 balls away then from a shootout. For those of you that have never seen one, they're very exciting. He's playing this right-handed. It's that time, guys.
He's made the 9 mark.
There it is. So no more racks of pool, just a shootout. So coming over to Sophia, she won the lag. It's her choice of whether she wants to go first or second, or whether, and also, sorry, which side of the table she wants to start from. Now the 10 is not racked on the spot. It's racked where it's racked in the rack. Did you get that, guys? It's spotted where it's racked within the rack. I've done so many of these shootouts and that still confuses me. So Sophia chooses to go first. So it's from the middle diamond. Basically, it's on or anywhere behind the kitchen line. You must make the ball clean and it must go into this bottom left-hand corner from this position. So first miss, they'll have 4 goes each. Whoever has the most points at the end of those 4 shots will be the winner. If they are level still, we will go to a sudden death shootout where the diamond shoots back 1 more. So it makes the pot even more difficult, goes back 1 diamond. Now, when I saw Albert practicing these yesterday, he was crashing them in. Let's see if he plays it the same way today, like Biardo style. No, just strokes it in. So advantage Gethin to Albert.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, Mark. You think going first gives you the advantage, or would you rather throw it over to your opponent?
Does if you pot it. If you pot it, it does.
Good point. Very good point.
So 1 diamond out as well. You can go to the side and shoot as near to the side as you want, or up to a diamond out. She must make this one though, and she's missed it. Oh dear, oh dear. So 0 out of 2 for Sophia. There you can see on your screens.
Yeah. Never the nicest way to exit from a shootout, but we have to have a winner, Mark. And if Albert makes this one, it certainly will put the pressure on the young American.
Yeah, right in the heart of the pocket again. So Sophia has to make this one. To have any chance.
I've never seen
She
the
still
arena
needs
so
Albert.
quiet, Mark.
Yeah, still needs Albert to miss if she does make this one. And she's missed it. It's all over. Well, it's a cruel way to end, some might say, but who knows, we could have gone on forever. What can you say, Gethin? The champion, the Las Vegas Open champion, Albert Wanuata. He's come through a tough field. He's lost 2 sets in the whole of the tournament. Sophia has lost 2 sets as well. It all came down to that shootout. He was the master of the shootout. Sophia just missing out. Heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking for the young American. But the good thing is she'll be back. The juniors are looking absolutely fantastic for the future. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Don't forget the team's final coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. It's Poland against the Philippines. Thank you so much to Gethin Davis. I'm Mark White, and we'll see you, well, if not for the Euro Tour, we'll see you for St. Louis, all right, with the World 8 Ball. Until then, bye-bye.
If our 3rd and 4th place finishers are here, Hayden or Dustin, we invite you down to the arena.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here in Las Vegas, and what a final we had of the Predator Junior Las Vegas Open. It couldn't get any better on the final, right, ladies and gentlemen? A shootout, and I love the shootout because it's just pure honesty. There's no defense. It is just all on you. So couldn't get any better. Such a close match. And before we award the title here, I just want to thank our partners, and they're very important, that make this entire event possible. That is Little Monster, Kamui, Yalin, Box Billiards, Simonis Cloth, Aramith Arcos 2 balls, Vin Billiards, CSI, Seyberts, Pro Billiards TV, the WPA, and also Predator. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the kickoff to their series. 8 big events this year, worldwide, over $3.5 million. And I have to say this too, a lot of people don't realize there's a lot of hard work that goes in behind the scenes. Let's make some noise for Predator and their entire team. Thank you guys for all you're doing for our sport that we love. Now, I would like to introduce to you from Predator, Miss Bonnie Dykes and Dave Warrington. And you guys, too, I want to thank you so much for recognizing the juniors. Sometimes we forget, but that is the future of our sport. So let's hear it for Dave and Bonnie from Predator. And it is time to award. And just want to mention, 3rd and 4th place, let's hear it for Dustin Pipestem and Hayden Ernst, who's just 14 years old, ladies and gentlemen. They won 3 free entries to the future PBS Opens. And now for our 2nd place finisher. She gets a minor scholarship package and then free entry into a future PBS Open, free hotel stay plus entry into a U.S. PBS Open. Make some noise for Miss Sophia Mast. And ladies and gentlemen, winning 1st place in a full scholarship package, free entry into a future PBS Open, free hotel stay, and entry into the International PBS Open, and free hotel stay, and entry into a U.S. PBS Open. He put on an amazing show, and I think that we can all say he's probably a future world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion of the Predator Juniors Las Vegas Open. Make some noise for Albert Januarda. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. One more round of applause. What a great event here. The Juniors Open, and there is more to come from Las Vegas. Get set, get your snacks ready, your drinks ready, because in about an hour, right here in this arena, we are going to have the Teams World Championship. It is Team Poland and Team Philippines getting ready to battle it out for the chance of that $120,000 prize and the gold medal. We'll be back here from Las Vegas.